Hi, Mr. Greenspan. Which items had you signed up for?
9 through 21, and general public comment, with the exceptions of the deferred items of 11, 14, and 16.
Please go ahead.
All right, Mike Greenspan, and hey, great presentation today. Just remember, good old De Leon wanted to gerrymander one of those African districts into a
Let's get on to the agenda items, please.
And now, let me start with 21. And the reason I want to start with 21, our failed animal shelter. Oh my God, $50,000. What a way. I mean, it's well-intentioned, but Ms. Wainwright, it's going to get wasted. They'd be better off going to a pot shop or the racetrack because it's not going to get used for the animals. In the last days of Paul Koretz, the failed animal shelter where they weren't even letting the dogs go out for a walk, he wanted a parcel tax. Yes, a parcel tax. We've voted down parcel tax after parcel tax. And so the solution was another tax to a failed animal shelter. That's the reason I wanted to get on this item 21. It's well-intentioned. It will be totally wasted, and I just can't say enough about it. I could speak for it on 10 minutes. But let's go to other items. Now, the lights. You know, it's nice that we've got streetlights going. I've called Bureau of Streetlights before. I'm in Paul Krikorian's district, and let me tell you, the area, the railroad tracks, right there at Sherman and Lankershim, those are some of the darkest parts of Los Angeles. Yes, they've got streetlights that have not been replaced. Now we're doing more. Well, why don't we take care of the streetlights over there on Lankershim at Sherman and have it nice and bright? Hey, criminals, this is a paradise for you. Just go there and do your thing because Bureau of Street Lighting will not come out there and replace those lights. And the same goes, you go down Sherman and you go look under Hinds or you go look up Laurel Canyon, it's the same way. It's just disgusting. Now, let me go into the rental escrow account REAP program. John Walsh used to always talk about it, the late John Walsh. He said when you do a good job, he says you do a good job. 4 managers ago, I went to my apartment manager about a thing, and this big fat cunt said, well, you know Barack Obama hates Israel. Well, that's got nothing to do with maintenance of apartments. And that's why you call up the city inspectors to let them know they're not doing things. I called up a city inspector once, and believe it or not, we stopped them from building a room without a permit. If you put a wall in, that's okay. If you put a wall in with an electrical outlet, you need a permit. Why, even the Ku Klux Klan gets a permit. So why can't we get permits for doing work that involves electrical? Good job, city. You stopped an illegal construction thing because they had said that was going to be 2 covered parking spaces to get it approved way back when.
General.
Now, general public comment. Yes, good old RIC KKK Caruso, the Great White Hope. We had a Great White Hope in boxing because they didn't want a black champion, and he got his butt kicked. He lived over there on Burbank Boulevard. Well, the Great White Hope, because those racist white Republican pigs didn't want to see a Schwarza gal in the mayor's office, and that's why they had a $5 million slush fund, an independent expenditure committee. Hey, Jeffrey Katzenberg and Jewish Hollywood, they only had $850,000. But $5 million, that's a lot of clams, folks. Yes. And now Caruso was so mad that the Catholic Church that he's given money to over the years was against Prop 1 that he was for, even though he's always given to anti-abortion groups. He was going to take his name off that church. Well, he hasn't. Caruso, he's not Jewish, he's not a lawyer like Hertzberg, but you know he's lying. His lips are moving. RIC KKK Caruso, and for the record...
Thank you very much. Now, put that sign down. That sign violates our rules. Put it down or you'll be removed. Sit down. Sit down silently. Your time has expired. Sit down and be silent. Your time has expired. Next speaker, please.
While we're waiting for the next speaker, Mr. Herman, during the last couple speakers, you've been moving back and forth across the aisle, waving a sign.
And displaying a sign that violates our rules. That's the only warning you'll get. You'll be excluded.